Happy Monday, everybody. It turned cold again here in Florida. I don't know what is going on. It is crazy. Not as cold as it's been, but it's chilly enough that I still had to throw a hoodie on. I don't know about y'all, but we had a great weekend here in the shed of sales. We're looking at almost $1,500 in items going out on this Monday from sales from Saturday and Sunday. A bunch of CDs, obviously, because I've listed a bunch of CDs. A couple movies. And a lot of really good hard goods have sold. And just trying to get everything here to where I can see it a lot easier. And this is just sold this morning. $5.99 for AC/DC Highway to Hell. This has been listed for a little bit. Then somebody bought a bunch of my Apple products. This is an Apple Airport. It is a wireless router, I want to say, or it says time capsule. I don't know. Router and memory. Who knows? This sold along with this time capsule. So they saved 10% for buying both of them. Totaled $69.98 for both. I think I paid like $20 for this at a thrift store because I thought we were gonna go all Apple. So I started buying a bunch of Apple stuff at the thrift stores, and then we decided not to go Apple. So I thought it'd be easier just to put everything on Apple, and then everything could be shared easily between laptops and phones, but for whatever reason we never did. So I finally decided it's been taking up shelf space and to get it gone. I got a repeat buyer here on some CDs. He bought like 6 or 7 CDs the other day and left me a glowing review about how amazing or how happy he was with the items that he received. It looks like he bought some more. So he bought a Neil Diamond Greatest Hits. Like everything he bought was Greatest Hits. You got Bread Anthology. He's got Carly Simon's Greatest Hits Live. Why did I say his? Oh, I guess I meant to say hits and I said his. Left out the T. And then John Denver's Greatest Country Hits. So those 4 CDs with a 10% off discount total $21.74. This is a really, really great sale. This is a Warhammer. This has a bunch of like little bits of unbuilt figurines. I got it taped shut so it doesn't, because you don't want these pieces spilling out everywhere. And it's like a little tackle box. Things have been sorted. Chaos Marines. There is so much about Warhammer. It's just insane. You can't know everything, but I'll pick it up because it sells. This probably took about 6 months. Yeah, because it hasn't gone on a discount yet. So it's getting pretty close though. Sold for $99.99, so $100. This little tackle box, I probably picked it up for about $5 at the auction house because nobody buys these RPG stuff except for me. I mean, they'll buy it and then they'll take it to the flea market and just give it away. I bought so much stuff at the flea market from other people, like when I can't go to the auctions, from them off their tables for next to nothing and sell it for really good money. These are Brask drama masks, so it's comedy and drama, I guess, or comedy and tragedy. You know, the old Greek masks that they would wear back in the day. They are a little scuffed up. They're not in perfect shape. But they sold for $24.99, so these have not gotten discounted yet. They're at that price. Remember, those used to be hugely popular, like in the 80s and 90s. This CD sold almost as soon as I listed it. Hilary Duff. This is Metamorphosis Remixes for $5.99. Then we sold another Time Life CD. This is classic country. This is the Great Story Songs. So there are 20 songs. Convoy's on there. Sold another one of these. These probably one of my greater multi-quantity buys are these Canadian Jewels. So this is like the Canada's version of a ball jar with its glass top. I paid like $10 for a box, for 3 boxes. So I probably paid $30. I think she gave me a discount because one of the boxes wasn't complete. But 3 boxes, they were $10. She was like $10 a box. And I was like, I'll do it. And this one is, I guess it looks like it must be over 6 months. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, June. I must have just lowered the prices on this. Sold for $13.49. And unfortunately, the box they were in were very fragile. So I was moving some stuff up a few months ago, and the box fell down, and I shattered like 3 of these. Sucks. But I mean, like I said, I've already made my money back. Every jar I sell now is all straight profits for me, so I can't really complain. I still probably have 15 or 16 jars left. Ben-Hur, this is, or not Ben-Hur, King of Kings. This is factory sealed old Snapcase DVD. Don't see very many of those nowadays. That sold for $8.99. The Cure. Pornography. Pornography. Sold for $5.99. A piece of Pyrex. So this is a Cinderella bowl. See, it's rounded. It's got the 2 little pour things. I gotta wipe it out. It is filthy. Funny thing is, some lady's like, "You're asking way too much money for that. What's the least you'll take?" And she's like, "I just bought 3 other ones for like $40." And I'm like, "Okay, good for you. Got a great deal." So I don't know if she bought it or if somebody else ended up buying it, because maybe she needed this piece to complete her set, I guess. This is the small. There's usually like four in a set, and they all stack inside each other. I think that's the smallest size. There might be one smaller than this. Yeah, this is the 1.5 quart. So there's one smaller than this, because it's 1 quart, 1.5 quart, 2 quart, something along those lines. But anyway, I sold for $29.99. This is Joy Division. Sold as soon as I listed it as well for $5.99. I bought a bunch of patches a while back at the auction. These are unapplied. This is Blue Angels. Unused patch. This sold... Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I grabbed the wrong patch. I sold 2 patches. This is Sundowners. This is a Navy Squadron of VF 111 Sundowners patch. Sold for $7.99. Some more of these shelf setters. I don't know if I showed the ones the other day. I have a lot of 9 of these. These are all like little famous houses. I just listed them and they sold as soon as I listed. I didn't even realize they sold. There's 9 of those famous houses. I sold them for $29.99. A couple of them are in a little rough shape. That's why I lotted them all together instead of trying to sell them individually. I sold some little party light candles. There's only 5. There's supposed to be a 6-pack, but it is a rare color that they don't make anymore, of royal blue. Sold for $8.45. I think I sent an offer out on those, and that's why those sold so fast. Another model customization. This is for like this half-track model. All the stuff in gray is what's included in here. So these are all like little extras to weapons and utility items to add to your models and make it look more authentic. This sold for $23.49. I think we took an offer on this little it's a Betty Crocker pie holder. If you look at the bottom here where you put the pie, it has a recipe for the pie. Jen was gonna make the pie, and we never did. So it's really like a pie store, because I don't think you're actually supposed to actually bake the pie in there. But we took an offer on that for $22 just to get it gone, because I figure the longer it stays in here, the more likely it could get broken. And they really weren't that far off on the price that we were asking. I think we were asking $30. Could have probably countered at 25, but it's whatever. As I'm cleaning up the shelves of records here so I could put more CDs here in storage, I seen this record. I'm like, man, that's a pretty nice looking record. And I was like, oh, that's Panic at the Disco. It's like, how long has this been sitting on the shelf in my unlisted vinyl record area? So I have no idea where this came from. So I just did a quick snapshot. I was like, I bet you that's probably worth like $30 or $40. So I did a quick snapshot, and one pulled up for like $30 or $40. So I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and get that listed. Panic at the Disco is kind of popular right now because I think they're getting ready to go on tour this summer. So I was like, I'll go ahead and throw it out there. And then I looked it up, and I was like, well, the one for $30 is like newer than this one. This one is from 2000. I'm not sure what it is. But then I opened it up, and it said there was a little tag in there that said limited edition. So I was like, oh, okay, limited edition. So this is not the one that I'm looking at here on eBay. So then I had to go doing some digging, and apparently they did a limited edition of only 5,000 copies, and that's what that one is. So I did a quick search for limited edition, and the one site says they've sold anywhere from $50 to $500. I was like, holy crap, $500. Well, obviously the $500 one's probably still factory sealed. So then I went and corrected my search on eBay and did the search on eBay and found that there was only one other copy currently actively listed on eBay for $400 in the same condition that mine was in. So I'm just like, well, I was expecting $40. I probably only paid $10 at a yard sale for it, because for the life of me, I'm trying to remember where it came from, and I don't. So I listed it for $3.99, and it sold the very next day for $3.99. So very, very happy with that sale. Probably the best sale I've had in a good while. And just been sitting on a shelf collecting dust. It's crazy. I sold a copy of Boss Skaggs. Is this Greatest Hits? It just says Come On Home. I don't know if that's a collection of his or not, but that sold for, I don't know, probably $5.99. I scrolled past it too much. This is an import. As soon as I can find it, import CD, and it's going back to the country it was imported from, the church. German import, it's only got like 4 songs on there. It sold for $14.99. So maybe they don't have to pay fees since it's not since it's going back to the country of origin. Sold a copy of Genesis, Selling England by the Pound. Sold for $5.99. This is the very first of that horror Blu-ray collection that I bought out back in November. This is the very first item I listed out of there, and it finally sold. This is a Vinegar Syndrome's version of Showgirls. It's got all kinds of amazing extras and stuff in here. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Showgirls, but it's got like booklet with like pictures of behind the scenes and stuff like that. This sold for $140.99. So that is amazing. My only downfall with that particular sale is the first release of that on Blu-ray. There was an issue with, I think, the sound not being in a certain. It was 3.1 instead of 5.0 or something like that. So, like, if you wrote into them, they would send you replacement discs in the mail, and this does not have those replacement discs like some of the other listings on eBay has. So I don't know if that will come to bite me in the butt or not. But mine is also $50 cheaper than any other one online. So the Yellow Jackets, I don't know who these guys are. That sold for $5.69. The 1960s bubblegum rock sold for $5.99. That's got 10 classic songs from the 1960s bubblegum rock era. Another person bought 2 CDs, took advantage of a discount. Got the Veronicas with the explicit lyrics. Not sure who they are. And Anna Gabrielle. So they got both of those for $11.98. So we got a good discount here. Over here on this side is this Gemma. It's a bird. He a little turned around here, so if I can turn him the right way. He's sitting on the perch here, like a little blue parrot. He is motion activated. I don't have batteries in him right now. He sings a song. Sitting on the dock of the bay is what he sings. He sold for $25.37. There was the Boss Skaggs CD. I grabbed it at the wrong time. That was $5.63 for Boss Skaggs. I got about 50 of these Hallmark airplane ornaments in the estate that we just did a listing of. So the first one just sold for $14.99. Model train. This one says Borden's Fine Cheeses on it. Reefer box. It sold for $5.99. Copy of China Crisis. Sold for $6.47. So I must have looked that one up. Now's my Blue Angels patch. This sold for $7.51. I sold a Nintendo tape. I ain't sold one of these in a hot minute. Somebody put a cigarette out on this one and melted it. This is Gotcha for $4.72. Not a very desirable game. Sold some Vaseline glass. This glows under a black light. This is kind of a yellowish green, more yellow. I got some darker greens, but this looks amazing under the black light, and I made that my top photo. This sold for $24.99. Just listed it too. Some cloth napkins from the 1960s. These are a fern pattern. These were in the bottom of another box that we bought something else for, and was surprised to find that these can sell anywhere from $20 to $60 for a set, depending on how many you have. This is a set of 6 cloth napkins, and they sold for $28.19. I had 3 different sets. The other 2 were signed. This one I do not believe were signed. But the other one, oh yeah, they are signed. These are Vera, V-E-R-A. So, very popular. Quite a surprising find. And finally, last thing that I've got to get out is a copy of this Front 242 group. This is a video CD. It's got like a music video plus 3 songs on it. And man, this guy kept hitting up messages. Does the video play? Does the video play? Does the video play? I'm like, I try not to answer anything on Saturdays and Sundays, just to give myself a break from the question and answering, and especially I don't want to go and test stuff. So he finally just ended up buying it without getting a response. So I don't know if it's going internationally. Yeah, it's going internationally, so I don't even have to worry about if it doesn't work or not. But keep hustling, everyone. Remember, the game is not over. So have fun.